Okay, good afternoon. We are here for the sixth interview of our series. The title is Free Thought from the Future, with Professor Robert Pindyck from the School of Management at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Thank you very much, Robert, to be here with us. So we start our interview. So I start with the first question. Do you think it is possible to pursue the net zero emission target by 2050?
No, I don't think it's possible. Well, let me put it this way. It's extremely unlikely. We can never be sure about things. You know, the future is uncertain. And there's a lot about climate change that's uncertain and emissions that are uncertain. But I think it's very, very unlikely that we will have net zero by 2050 in the next 30 years.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, the second question is a question about adaptation and mitigation. You recently has published this book. The title is Climate Future, Averting Adapting to Climate Change. This book is a very interesting book about exactly climate future, its own future, and also the role of adaptation and also mitigation. So the book is online and it's possible to buy by Kindle at the moment, and will be published in August. About this, the question is the following. Focusing on the fight against the climate change, what is your opinion about mitigation versus adaptation strategies? Should there be a perfect balance between the two, or should we prioritize one of them?
Well, right now, I'm not quite sure what you mean by mitigation. If you mean reducing emissions, averting climate change, or do you mean something else by mitigation? What do you mean by mitigation?
Mitigation are all the actions that they take into account in order to avoid that we
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. You know, right now, all the discussion is about mitigation. Everything is about reducing emissions. As you said in the first question, can we reach net zero? And there's very little about adaptation. And I think that we need to do much more with adaptation. It's not a question of 50-50. Right now, there's very little emphasis on adaptation. I think we're going to have serious climate change. We are going to have increases in temperature, likely well beyond 2 degrees. And that means we're going to have to use adaptation much more.
Okay, thank you. The other question is on the future. Which issue other than climate change would you prioritize for our future? For example, inequalities, less developed countries, space economies, bioethics, or other things?
So, you know, I've written a fair amount about this, about catastrophes, global catastrophes that we have to think about. And climate is certainly a potential global catastrophe. It could well be a catastrophe. We don't know. But there are others. An example is pandemics. COVID has not been terrible in the sense of the Spanish flu of 1918, 1919. But it is quite likely, quite possible that the world will see other pandemics in the future, much worse than COVID. And we're not ready for that, and we should be. There are other things. Nuclear terrorism is a real possibility. It would destroy the world economy. It would do terrible things. Never mind nuclear war. Increases in nuclear weapons proliferation is a terrible problem right now. Bioterrorism is a serious problem right now. So there are a whole variety of things that we have to worry about, in addition to climate change, that could be catastrophic that we're really not thinking much about.
Okay. Thank you very much, Robert. It was a pleasure and an honor to speak with you, and also for this our interview. So thank you very much.
My pleasure, and I hope you find the book, Climate Future, interesting to read.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.